Hi guys, Mrs. Burton here, counselor for last names A through K.
And I'm Mrs. Meadows, counselor, last names L through Z.
So we just wanted to talk to you guys about senior year and how important it is and how many things you guys have to do because there is a lot. So a lot of things to do senior year, a lot of things to do to plan for next year. So we just kind of wanted to go over that with you guys. So just the process for senior year in general, it is super important that you pass all of your classes this year. That's going to boost your GPA. That's going to boost your credits. It's going to make you look better for a job. It's going to make it look better for college. So make sure you pass all of your classes. This is also the year to start getting ready for next year's plans. So now is the time to do that because if you wait until May, that's too late because that already is next year. That's 2021. That's the month that you graduate. So now is the time to start planning for what you want to do. So your plans can be college, it can be a job, it can be military, anything. But just make sure you have that plan in place so that way we can help you get there. So, for instance, if you are thinking college, you should have already taken the SAT or ACT at least once junior year. If you have not done that, you really need to take the SAT or ACT if your college requires it this year. And I would suggest as soon as possible so you can get those scores into your college. Because some schools give scholarships based on your test scores. So make sure that they have those in order to even be able to potentially offer that scholarship. College applications, deadlines are going to be coming sooner than you think. Most public schools in Indiana require that you send in your application, every single part of your application in before November 1st if you want to qualify for any of their scholarships. So that doesn't mean that you just send in your application on November 1st. That means you should have sent in your application a long time ago so that way you can get all of your letters of recommendation in that you need from people. You can get your transcripts there and everything is set and ready to go November 1st. That does not mean you apply on October 31st. You have to do it way earlier than that. Also, getting ready for job applications in the interview process. Speaking with a military recruiter, if that is something that you're interested in. We're going to be hosting FAFSA nights, financial aid nights, so that way if you are wanting to go to college, you can come and participate in our financial aid night, and we actually have experts come in and help you with that. We have the information night scheduled for September 30th at 6 p.m. here at Indian Creek, and it's probably going to be virtual, so you may not even end up coming in the building. It might end up being a video just like this, so just keep some of those things in mind. One other thing that is super important, make sure that you are on track for your diploma type. Yes, Miss Meadows and I do track them and make sure that you are on track for whatever one you're wanting to work towards, but ultimately, it is your responsibility to make sure that you are on track for the diploma that you want to earn. Just something I want to hit on really quick before I hand it over to Miss Meadows. Make sure that you are checking your email. We have already sent out a few emails to you guys regarding things that are coming up and some videos of things that we're going to be doing with you guys or things to help you just to get through this year. So make sure that you are checking that because with all of this stuff with COVID and social distancing going on, it really limits the amount of students that we can have come through the office at a given time. So that is the number one way we're going to be communicating with you guys. Obviously, if you have to come down for an in-person visit, that's totally fine. The email is going to be our number one this year.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to find the scholarships that we get through the high school in Naviance. So we've already talked to you about some videos through some videos on how to request transcripts in Naviance and how to do college applications. Today we're going to talk about scholarships in Naviance. So if you log into Naviance and you go to the colleges tab up at the top, and then underneath that, you will see a link that says scholarships and money. So you will click on scholarships and money, and you want the scholarship list. There's 4 different options, but the scholarship list is the one that you want to click on. And in this list are listed the scholarships that we currently have that are active. So right now there are only 2, but as the year goes on, there will become more and more scholarships available to you. So I would encourage you to check this list pretty often if you are interested in scholarships for school. If you find a scholarship that you like, all you have to do is click on that scholarship and it will open up the additional information. Most of these have a website that you are able to go to actually apply for the scholarship. It also has the amount of scholarship, if we have that available, as well as the deadline to apply. So make sure, again, that you're checking that on a regular basis. The other thing that I'm going to talk to everybody about is your senior interview. So we're doing these a little bit differently this year. We are going to do the initial process online. So during IRP, you guys are all going to log in and watch this video and do this form. And the form is pretty straightforward. So you're going to get the form, you're going to type in your first name and your last name. And then the next question is, how do you want your name to appear on your diploma? This should be a legal name. This is a formal document that you're going to have for the rest of your life. So, for example, if your name was Jonathan Lee Doe, you might want Jonathan Lee Doe on your diploma. Or some students don't like their middle name, so they'll just put the middle initial. Both of those are acceptable things to put down. If you have a nickname that you go by, that is not an appropriate thing to put on your high school diploma. So it should be your full legal name or your first name, middle initial, last name. Okay? So you will type that into the blank there. You will mark your diploma type. So Core 40 Technical Honors, Academic Honors, or some of you may be getting both the technical and the academic honors. What your current GPA is, which you can find in Naviance or Infinite Campus. Whether you've passed English I-STEP or Math I-STEP. And to those of you who maybe haven't passed I-STEP quite yet, you received a video about the graduation pathways. So if you are a student who is wanting to complete a graduation pathway, you would mark yes there for graduation pathways. Other questions, have you taken the SAT or ACT? You'll see there are 3 options there, so yes, no, or you plan on taking it this year. And then your plans after graduation. Everybody needs to mark at least one of these options. Even if you're not sure what you want to do yet, we want everyone to have some sort of a plan as to what they are going to do after they graduate. And a gap year is a perfectly appropriate plan and is listed on here as well. And then for those of you who are planning on going to some sort of educational institution after high school, we ask that you mark what schools you're interested in. And you can select as many schools as you want on this list. If you are going to school out of state, you can mark the other option, or actually there is an out-of-state college or university choice here. And if none of your schools are listed and you're not going out of state, you can mark other as well. If you're interested in the military, we ask what branch of the military you're thinking about going into. If you're not interested in the military, you would just check this bottom option. What you're planning on studying, if you're going to college, or if you're going straight into the workforce, what type of a career you plan on actually pursuing. And then for those of you who are graduating in 7 or 6 semesters, you would mark the appropriate box here. And then finally, the last part of the form is if you have any questions about your senior year or your post-secondary plans. We ask that you fill this out with your questions and we'll respond to those. Once you've completed the form, we are actually going to be checking those. And if for some reason you're not on track for your diploma or some other issue arises, we will be contacting you via email. So as Mrs. Burton mentioned earlier, be sure that you check your email. And then if you have other questions, we'll answer those via email as well. Anything you want to add?
Nope.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.